Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is the second part of this boxed wedding bouquet DIY, and this is the completed product. Okay, so you've got the lovely bride and groom's initials on the front, and then you just open this up, okay, and you basically just take your bouquet out. And you can do this, it doesn't have to be just with stars, it can be with anything you like. You can have flowers, whatever you like. Okay, so then that opens up like that, and if I turn it this way you can see how the stars all come down like that, okay, when you're holding it. And then on the back here you have your handle, okay, and you just hold it like this, okay, and that's the front like that. So I'm going to draw out some of these and cut out some of these large stars, okay, and I'm going to have 16 in the silver and 16 in the pink. Okay, so I'm going to do that first, so I'll show you a little bit how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to turn this over, and I am going to use one of my stars as a template. You could actually draw out a template, okay, and I'm just going to take my pencil like I have done with this one. And if I move in a bit closer you'll be able to see a little bit more of what I'm doing. And I'm going to just draw around these stars, this star. Then I just cut these out with scissors, okay. There we are, that's cut out. So I'm going to go and I'm going to cut out the rest of my stars. Then what you'll need is some ribbon, and it needs to be 39 centimeters long. And I don't know if you can tell in this light, but I've picked some lovely these two pieces are pink and this one's kind of a darker color. And to tell you what they are, I've got a rose pink, and the middle ribbon is going to be Carmandy, Carmandy ribbon, okay, and these are hobbycraft ribbons that I've got here, okay, so that's what I'm going to use, okay. And what I'm going to do is I'd like to put one of my stars inside my box attached to the middle piece of ribbon, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to attach these ribbons together and stick them into the box. So I'm going to basically just take my ribbon and just stick it. So I'm going to hold it up against my box and decide where I want that ribbon to go, and I want it to come out like that. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to just basically take the other piece and stick it like that, okay, on the other side. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is stick my star on top. We've got a back to this, so we're just sticking it inside the frame, okay. So I'm going to stick my star on here like this, just so I know that's on there. Like that, okay, and I'm going to stick that onto my box. Put lots of glue on there, and I'm just going to stick that right into the middle of my box like this, okay. Okay, so that's your star stuck in there. So you can actually just decorate all your frame first before you stick it in case you make any mistakes on that. So then I've got my stars. I haven't cut them all out, but I thought I'd show you just how I'm going to do this. I've got some that have got the pink and some that have got the silver on them. And what I'm going to do, because the reason why we've done so many stars, is so that you can stick them together and have a back to them, okay. See, the back looks nice too. You don't have to do that, you could just stick them on like this, like single ones, but that's why I've done so many. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to do as many stars, okay. So here I'm going to just, so what you want to do is make sure that you can fold that inwards into your box. Okay, so I'm going to do the middle one first. The first time I've done this, so do bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to kind of let that come down a bit so that we can bring that star in like that. We can always stick another one on in the middle if we need any more to fill the gaps. Okay, so I'm going to stick that one on there like that, and then you want to stick the other one on the back. I'm going to stick that on the back like that. Okay, make sure your ribbon's stuck down as well. Stick that down like that. So I'm going to do all my stars like that. Okay, so I've got a little tip for you. Basically, when I drew my stars out, I drew around one of these stars, okay, which was really not the right thing to do because it's taken me ages to match up the back. If you want to put the back on, what you want to do is remember that this is got coating. It's got coating or a pretty bit on one side and the other side is blank. Okay, so what I suggest you do is before you actually stick your stars on, match them up with a pair for the back so that you know that they're going to fit together right without the white showing at the front. Okay, so I've decorated around the edge. I'm going to stick these stars on, but first of all I want to just show you that I've actually done the backs on these stars as well. Okay, I've done the backs on here. Okay, so I'm going to just basically stick these stars on. Okay, and these are smaller stars that I've cut out. I'm just trying to do it so it doesn't obscure the edge of the box, and it also doesn't obscure the inside of the box, because like I said, what you want to do is be able to put your lid on, and you also want to be able to get these stars to go inside your box. Okay, so yeah, but I thought also we could put these stars either side as well. With these, I think with these stars, if you're going to put more in, don't put them so near close to, don't put them near down the bottom here, because then you're going to make this more narrow here, and you want these ribbons to come out further. Okay, so I'm going to put my stars, okay, just like this. Okay, remember not to put them too near to the edge of your box. Okay, should really go up a bit further really. You don't want that catching on there, so that should come up a bit further. So you watching these videos gives you that kind of, you're not going to make the mistakes I make, hopefully. Okay, so just basically going to bring these stars in, make sure this works. Okay, and don't worry, I will show you how it looks at the very end of this video. Okay, how it all works and how it all comes out at the end. This is the bottom of your box, so that goes in there like that. Okay, so that's all in there. Okay, and then you're just going to put your lid on top like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to stick this box, I'm going to stick this frame into my box. Right, so I'm going to stick this in. Normally I do this as double-sided, but I don't have any. Okay, so you want to stick your box, your frame inside your box. So this is the inside. Okay, and that goes on like that. So I've got some leftover stars here that I'm going to stick on the front. Okay, and then we've got our lid. Okay, and the lid, I've decided to do initials on the lid. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this in. So I'm going to stick these on. I've done a smaller star and a bigger star. Okay, so let's stick these on where we want these to be. So I'm going to do this one. I'm just putting hot glue on this. You can do it, you can stick it on with double-sided. I haven't got any double-sided left, so right, so I'm just going to do that like that. I had so many different ways I was going to do this, and it's up to you. You could just put stars on the front. You don't have to personalise it. I just thought it gives it a lovely little touch. There we are, like that. And then I'm going to put my other one on like this. Okay, and that is your box. I'll just zoom out here. Okay, so that is your bouquet in your box like that. Okay, so now I almost forgot to do the handle, but I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, so you need a piece of card 27 centimeters this way by 10 centimeters this way. Okay, and you want to score 1 centimeter from this end, then 3 centimeters, then 10 centimeters, then 3 centimeters. Okay, that's all you need to do. Okay, then all you need to do is just fold along your score lines. Okay, fold all that inwards like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now I've actually folded this, is I'm going to just put some glue on the tab here and just glue that together. Okay, decorate your handle. What you'll need is some decorative paper of your choice. Okay, and you'll need 2 strips. Okay, and they will need to be measured 9 centimeters by 2 centimeters. Okay, so that's just 2 strips there, because they're going to go on just like this. Okay, and also what you'll need is 1 square 9 by 9 centimeters. Okay, right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to put my square on there like that. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 2 strips on either end like this, like that. There we are. So that's your handle. So my hand is going to go in here like this. Okay, so I'm just going to put some glue on the bottom here. This is the reason why I didn't decorate this bit on the bottom. Okay, and I'm going to just glue that on like that. Okay, and there's your handle, and you can actually decorate this handle if you want. Put a little star on it or something, so I might put some stars on there and decorate that. So I'll come back and show you that if I do. Okay, but for now let me just show you this is what it's going to be like. So you can fold that down and put it into your bag if you're going to your wedding. Okay, that'll fold really nicely and flat behind the box. And you take your lid off and just pull these out. Just take these out like this. Okay, right, there we are, and your hand will go in there or actually it'll go in this way, but I can't really show you, but your hand will go in there like that, okay, like that, and yeah, and you just walk down the aisle with it like this, and these stars will all like hang down. So you could do a bit more to this if you want to, it's all up to you, okay, but I really love the way that's turned out. I'm really quite happy with that, I really am. So yeah, so that's it really, and that is your lovely boxed wedding bouquet. Okay, so that's lovely. So I'm going to be off now. This is the end of this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. It also helps the channel to grow. And yeah, do let me know what you think about this project by putting a comment below, and I'll see you again next time. Okay then, bye bye for now.